What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Wednesday, April 8th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. The E! Network will stay in the Kardashian business a bit longer. The Comcast cable channel has renewed Keeping Up with the Kardashians for another 3 years, the Wrap has learned. But former family patriarch Bruce Jenner is bowing out of the cast. Jenner's departure comes as no surprise. The former Olympian is reportedly transitioning into a woman and will document the process with his own series. Following the lives, loves, and endorsements of Kim Kardashian and siblings Kourtney, Khloe, Kylie, Kendall, and mom Kris, the series is a huge tentpole for the pop culture-driven channel. The re-up's price tag was a whopping $100 million, according to media reports, though a spokesperson for E! Told The Wrap that number was, quote, grossly inaccurate, and we're not commenting further. The seemingly endless interest in the family, which now includes rapper Kanye West, hasn't been as lucrative for E! Of late. Premieres and finales have declined year to year, and the once solid repeat viewing is tapering off. An individual with knowledge of the deal told the Wrap the repeats usually used to do really well for E! So they could run them throughout the schedule and monetize the series. Now only the premieres do okay. In addition to the weight of the Kardashian brand, a lackluster programming slate on E! Is also a contributing factor to the renewal. The individual said, noting, the thing is they have to pay because they don't have anything else except perhaps the royals. The individual said, noting E!'s new scripted series starring Elizabeth Hurley. In addition to the cable deal, Kim Kardashian is set to partner with Whale Rock Industries in the creation of a direct-to-consumer digital portfolio. The company is targeting global influencers to develop over-the-top media hubs that connect audiences with artists, bands, and their content. In a related story, Diane Sawyer has landed an exclusive interview with Bruce Jenner, a sit-down insiders has widely speculated about for a few months. The 2-hour conversation is expected to be Jenner's official announcement to the world that he is undergoing a transition from man to woman, which has been widely speculated and documented via occasional quotes and photographs. ABC News is only describing the interview as, quote, far-ranging. David Sloan is the senior executive producer, Mark Robertson and Jessica Velmans are senior producers, and Margaret Dodson and Sean Dooley are lead producers of the 2020 special. Jenner's transition seems to be confirmed last month by daughter Kendall Jenner in an Us Weekly interview, but the magazine since retracted the story. The Us story originally quoted Kendall as saying, "He's a wonderful man, and just because he's changing shoes now, so to speak, doesn't make him less wonderful. I will always love my dad, whether he's a man or a woman." Kendall fired back on Twitter, however, writing, "Shame on Us Weekly for making up quotes. I never said those things. I never spoke to them." Jenner first rose to national prominence as a U.S. Olympic hero when in 1976 he won a gold medal in the delathlon. His life has been chronicled for a new generation as Kris Jenner's husband on the E! Hit show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The couple separated in 2013. Kris filed for divorce last year. In March, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was renewed for 3 more years. However, Bruce will not be part of the cast any longer. Instead, he would chronicle his transition in a docu-series. Bruce has also made several headlines this year for his involvement in a tragic car accident that left 1 dead and injured 7. The Bruce Jenner The Interview airs April 24th at 9 p.m. on ABC. Don't be like DirecTV, the Better Business Bureau's National Advertising Division says. The watchdog group has recommended that DirecTV discontinues its popular Rob Lowe ads, which features the handsome actor taking on what the commercial group calls one of several odd and awkward alter ego characters. The ads that always end with Lowe's spoken tagline, "Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV," may not be long for your small screen thanks to a complaint filed by cable provider Comcast Corporation. The NAD found that several of the ads campaign's claims could not be substantiated or were even flat out unfair. The NAD said on Tuesday, while humor can be an effective and creative way for advertisers to highlight the differences between their products and their competitors, humor and hyperbole do not reveal an advertisers of the obligation to support messages that the advertisements might reasonably convey, especially if the advertising disparages a competitor's production. The NAD didn't like the signal reliability claims versus cable that made in the creepy Rob Lowe commercial. The shorter comparative customer service wait time suggests in the painfully awkward Rob Lowe spot, and the better picture and sound quality implications draw in the far less attractive Rob Lowe ad. The group concluded, given the absence in the records of supporting evidence, NAD recommended the advertisers discontinue the claims. However, the Rob Lowe campaign was always scheduled to end at the end of the first quarter. John Geiselman, the senior vice president of marketing at DirecTV, said in a statement to the Wrap, "We want to launch our new campaign with Hannah Davis in the Final Four NCAA basketball championship. We always reserve the right to bring back the Rob Lowe campaigns either in its current form or with new spots. It has been extremely successful for the brand." In its complaint, NAD also felt that the Scrawny Arms Rob Lowe commercial conveyed an unsupported message that DirecTV's sports programming was better than cable. Other issues include the superiority message of Lowe's aforementioned closing phrase, as well as DirecTV's rated #1 claim, and another that states that it's been, quote, ranked higher than cable over 10 years. Finally, the NAD recommended that the satellite provider, quote, either discontinues the price claim feature in the Scrawny Arms Rob Lowe commercial or modify it to reflect the price of a package that includes the sports programming featured in the commercial. In its prior response, DirecTV states that it, quote, continues to believe that the various Rob Lowe advertisements are so outlandish and exaggerated that no reasonable consumer would believe that the statements being made by the alter ego characters are comparative or need to be substantiated. Further, the company says DirecTV disagrees with NAD's findings with respect to its ranking claims, pictures quality claims, and sports programming claims. DirecTV plans to appeal the satellite provider promise. The music industry's biggest stars will be honored at the 2015 Billboard Music Awards. Among the 41 finalists, as Billboard described the nominees in its announcement Tuesday, Taylor Swift leads the charge with 14 nominations, Sam Smith follows with 13, Iggy Azalea has 11, and Meghan Trainor has 9. Also being honored are Ariana Grande, John Legend, and Pharrell Williams. Billboard Music Award finalists are based on album and digital song sales, radio airplay, streaming, touring, and social media interactions, measurements that are tracked year-round by Billboard and its data partners, including Nielsen Music and Next Big Sound. The awards will be broadcast from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on Sunday, May 17th on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with hip-hop stars Ludacris and Supermodel Chrissy Teigen serving as hosts. This year's awards will showcase big performances, unexpected collaborations, and pop culture moments that will have everyone talking, according to a statement issued by The Wrap. Adnan Syed, the central subject featured in the popular Serial podcast in 2014, will return as the main figure in a spin-off second podcast. On April 13th, Undisclosed, The State vs. Adnan Syed will premiere, digging deeper into the 16-year-old murder case that has Syed serving a life sentence for the alleged murder of 17-year-old Hai Ming Lee. In the original podcast produced by This American Life, Syed became a polarizing figure among listeners as people were sharply divided as to whether he had murdered his high school ex-girlfriend, Min Lee. The case has one witness, Jay, who told police he helped Syed bury Min Lee's body, the main evidence that got Adnan convicted. In February, the state courts of special appeals granted Syed his request to reopen his appeal off the grounds that he had an inadequate representation during his original trial. The new podcast is sponsored by the Adnan Syed Legal Trust, a group of supporters responsible for his defense fund, which has raised $93,000. Serial reporter Sarah Cognan isn't involved in the follow-up podcast. The second season of Serial will feature a new case. The women of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills were back on Bravo Tuesday for part 2 of the reunion show for another round of expletive-riddled sparring. Of course, the heated conversation returned to Kim Richards' outrageous behavior over dinner in Amsterdam, when she managed to insult everyone at the table and top it off by throwing a drink into Lisa Rinna's face. Rinna recalled She said, "Your face is ugly, your hair is ugly." Then she was screaming at Kyle. Then she went on about my husband, something my husband has done. She violated his character. It was a total injustice, and I blew my fucking lid. When Rinna reminded Richards that she had asked what Harry Hamlin was hiding from the world, Kim said, "I think she knows." The rest of the women urged Richards to spit out her accusation as Rinna asked, "Has he fucked the dog? What's wrong?" Obviously, what I said hit a nerve. Richards coldly replied when asked if she heard he had an affair. She ironically said, "I am not going to do that. It is very private." As Kim refused to admit where she heard the rumors, even when suggested by Lisa Vanderpump that it was in the National Enquirer, the gathering erupted into screaming accusations. I'm a fiercely protected woman and mother to my children," said Rinna. Someone who was equally as protective and also at wars with Rinna was Brandy Glanville, who took offense at Lisa saying she was a trashy mom. "You've had the same hairdo for 20 years and you're basing it on my look?" she marveled as host Andy Cohen collapsed into giggles. "Yes, I have, and F you," Rinna responded as she flipped him the bird. Glanville said, "Go change your Depends because you're so full of shit, determined to have the last word." The drama isn't over yet. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills returns next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bravo for the third installment of the reunion show. Geoffrey Lewis, Western character actor, died on Tuesday of natural causes in Woodland Hills, California, according to multiple media reports. He was 79. The father of actress Juliette Lewis, he appeared alongside Clint Eastwood in numerous classics including High Plains Drifter, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Every Which Way But Loose, Any Which Way You Can, and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Lewis received the Golden Globe nomination for the 1980 series Flow, and he appeared on a dozen other television programs, including Barnaby Jones, Hawaii Five-0, Lou Grant, Little House on the Prairie, Falcon Crest, and Murder, She Wrote. The rustic-looking actor was born in San Diego, but grew up in Rhode Island and returned to California at the age of 10 and began acting in school productions. He is survived by his wife, Paula Hochhalter, and his 10 children, among them natural-born killers actress Juliette Lewis. He was 79. Avengers Age of Ultron audiences don't need to stick around too long after the credits start rolling unless they're genuinely interested in seeing who did what on the Marvel production. Both director Joss Whedon and Marvel Studio president Kevin Feige have said there will be no post-credit scenes, or at least not one, as satisfying the shawarma chow down at the end of the highly anticipated sequel, 2012 predecessor. Feige said to Entertainment Weekly there will be a tag, but there's not a post-credit scene. Whedon said it in the same Entertainment Weekly article, "There's nothing at the very end, and that's not a fake out. We want people to know so they don't sit there for 10 minutes and then go, son of a bitch, I'll kill them. So why not effort to top the hilarious post-credit scenes in The Avengers, in which Earth's mightiest heroes silently celebrate their victory over Loki's army by enjoying a good meal together." Whedon said, "We all came at it separately. We don't want to chase that. That was a jewel and a little quirk." He also added, "It didn't seem to lend itself the same way, and we wanted to be true to what felt right. The first rule of making a sequel is to take the best moments and do something else. Don't do the Indiana Jones gun trick again differently. Just go somewhere else. Don't try to hit the same highs because people will sense it." Avengers Age of Ultron hits theaters on May 1st. Conan O'Brien may want to consider a gym membership or at least hiring Kevin Hart as his personal trainer. On Tuesday's episode of Conan, the TBS host played a video in which First Lady Michelle Obama challenged him to take the Gimme 5 Challenge, an initiative Obama started 5 years ago to encourage physical fitness. Obama said she noticed O'Brien was not very muscular, and she wanted him to complete 5 chin-ups as part of the challenge, which the comedian took exception to without any support from his sidekick Andy Richter. While discussing O'Brien's appearance without a shirt on, Richter said, "I thought I was visiting the bird display at the museum." To prove his detractors wrong, O'Brien took the challenge with a little help from Hart, who is currently in theaters alongside Will Ferrell in Get Hard. The Golden Girls might be coming to a Lego set near you very soon. The acclaimed show featured four seniors living in Miami needs 10,000 votes to get the go-ahead to be made into a Lego idea. The Purpose Project recreates the four women sitting around the kitchen during their late-night chats. Currently, with 1,704 supporters signed on, the full-blown Lego set needs over 8,000 more people to sign on their support. One commenter wrote, "I would buy the whole set, everything of the Golden Girls Lego. Make that happen." Appearing on the Today Show today, fresh out of his presidential run announcement, Senator Rand Paul got a little testy with Savannah Guthrie. Reading off a list of positions the new candidate has seemed to change his views on, Paul shot back. He said, "Before we go through a litany of things you say I've changed on, why don't you ask me a question? Have I changed my opinion? You've editorialized. Let me answer a question." Paul walked back his statements about reducing foreign aid, suggesting it would have to be done gradually. He announced his run for president Tuesday, rallying against the debt the U.S. has racked up and echoing Tea Party sentiments of restoring liberty. Paul has had a history of pen chat for prickly encounters with the media. He infamously got into it with Rachel Maddow in 2010 over his position on the Civil Rights Act. And finally, the British television series Happy Valley, Marvelous, The Missing, and Line of Duty led all TV shows in nominations for the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, House of Fraser British Academy Television Awards, which were announced on Wednesday in London. The four shows each received 3 nominations. Drama acting nods went to Benedict Cumberbatch for Sherlock, Toby Jones for Marvelous, James Nesbitt and Kent Stolt for The Missing, Keely Holes and Vicky McClure for Line of Duty, and Stephen Ray for The Honorable Woman, among others. In the comedy acting categories, nominees included Olivia Colman and Tom Hollander for Rev, Tasman Gregg for Episodes, Hugh Bonneville for W1A, and Matt Berry for Toast of London. New Late Late Show host James Corden was nominated in the scripted comedy category for The Wrong Mans. A few of the nominated shows, including Sherlock, The Missing, and Episodes, are also eligible for Emmys this year. In the international category, the nominees were 4 U.S. programs: CBS's The Good Wife, HBO's True Detective, and a pair of series from Netflix, House of Cards and Orange is the New Black. The BAFTA ceremony will take place on May 10th at the Theatre Royal in Drury Lane, London. The British Academy Television Crafts Awards will take place April 26th. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.